These are not just planets. They are colossal engines, living giants hiding secrets that reshape our understanding of the universe. Born from the same swirling vortex of gas and dust, they now together rewrite the very definition of the word planet. Jupiter and Saturn, two titans whose power and mystery weave the fabric of our cosmic neighborhood. In this video, we'll dive deep into the world of these giants. First, Saturn. Its mysterious rings, endless storms, and a polar hexagon the size of Earth. Then, Jupiter, the largest planet in the solar system, with a melting core and a magnetic field 20,000 times stronger than Earth's. Get ready to see how they shatter everything we thought we knew about planets. Whispers, signals, shadows across the void, stories that never made it into textbooks. Hidden in the cold reaches of our solar system, a giant wears a crown of ice and mystery. A planet so beautiful, so strange, that it hardly seems real. Tonight, we open the portal to Saturn, the sixth planet from the Sun, the second largest in the solar system. But in so many ways, Saturn is in a league of its own. Its shimmering rings stretch wider than 9 Earths laid side by side. Yet they're razor-thin, fragile, and constantly changing. With a diameter of about 155,000 miles, their thickness does not reach even a kilometer. Although there are peculiar mountains on the surface of the rings. Despite its impressive appearance, the amount of substance making up the rings is extremely small. If it were assembled into a monolith, its diameter would not exceed 60 miles. In the images obtained by the probes, it can be seen that the rings are actually formed from thousands of rings alternating with slits. The picture resembles record tracks. The particles that make up the rings range in size from 1 inch to 4 feet. An empire built of ice, dust, and ancient secrets. Saturn is made mostly of hydrogen and helium. A colossal gas giant with such low density, it would float in water, if you could somehow find a bathtub big enough. But how did we find this wonder? Saturn has been known since ancient times, bright enough to be seen by the naked eye. Babylonian astronomers recorded its movements over 4,000 years ago. In Roman mythology, Saturn was the god of wealth and time. Fitting for a planet so majestic and old. It wasn't until 1610 that the legendary astronomer Galileo Galilei turned his primitive telescope toward Saturn and saw something strange. Not a planet, but a triple-bodied object, as he described it. He couldn't make sense of it yet. But later, with better telescopes, astronomers realized Saturn was surrounded by vast, breathtaking rings. And Saturn is not as calm as it looks. Its atmosphere is a swirling nightmare of storms and ferocious winds, reaching speeds up to 1,100 miles per hour. A single day on Saturn, a full rotation, lasts only about 10 hours. Think about that. A planet almost 10 times bigger than Earth spins in less than half an Earth day. This rapid spin flattens Saturn into a noticeable oblate shape, squashing it slightly at the poles. What about temperatures? Despite basking under the distant sun, Saturn is brutally cold. The average temperature hovers around -288 degrees Fahrenheit. And surprisingly, because Saturn's atmosphere is so thick and dynamic, the temperature between day and night doesn't change much. It's always bone-chilling, stormy, and extreme. Unlike Earth, where nights cool significantly, Saturn stays locked in a perpetual frozen fury. Storms raging across a golden, clouded sky. And there's more. At Saturn's North Pole, there's a storm shaped like a perfect hexagon. A giant six-sided jet stream, thousands of miles across. How does nature make something so geometric, so flawless? Scientists have ideas, fluid dynamics, standing waves. But the truth is we're still guessing. The universe writes mysteries faster than we can solve them. Saturn isn't alone. It rules over a vast kingdom of 274 moons, each with its own story. Enceladus, small and gleaming, sprays icy geysers into space, hinting at an ocean beneath that might, just might, harbor life. Titan, the largest moon, has a thick atmosphere, lakes of liquid methane, and glowing orange skies. a possible cradle for alien chemistry. New moons keep being discovered. In 2019, a team led by Scott Shepard found 20 new retrograde moons using the Subaru telescope. In May 2023, 62 more moons were announced, raising the total to 145. Shortly after, another moon was added. Finally, in March 2025, astronomers discovered 128 more, bringing Saturn's total moon count to 274, the most of any planet we know. The Cassini spacecraft, launched in 1997, gave us the closest, clearest look at Saturn's realm. For 13 years, Cassini orbited the planet, dived between the rings, flew past the moons, and then, in a final breathtaking maneuver, plunged into Saturn's atmosphere, becoming part of the planet it studied. A sacrifice for science, a salute to wonder. So the next time you stare into the night sky, searching for answers, remember Saturn. The ancient guardian, the golden enigma, the keeper of frozen storms and hidden oceans, because somewhere beyond those rings, the universe is still writing its story, and we're just beginning to read it. Jupiter, a giant that protected Earth long before anything ever lived on it. It doesn't shine like a star, but it radiates its own heat. It's not solid like a planet. Yet it holds 95 moons in its grip. This isn't just a world. It's a system within a system, a shield, a destroyer, maybe the reason we exist. This video will change the way you see Jupiter. When Galileo pointed his telescope at Jupiter in 1610, he saw something that shattered our place in the universe. 4 tiny moons orbiting this giant planet. Moons that clearly weren't circling Earth. In that moment, everything changed. Earth was no longer the center, and Jupiter, cold, distant, wrapped in clouds, became our first glimpse of how wrong we had been. Today, we know more. But not everything. Jupiter likely formed first, just after the Sun, around 4.5 billion years ago. Its gravity was so strong, it sculpted the early solar system, flinging debris, swallowing rogue objects, even shielding inner planets like Earth from constant bombardment. Some scientists believe Jupiter's presence is one reason life was even possible on Earth. It's a cosmic bodyguard, and sometimes a cosmic wrecking ball. Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system. This giant is over 86,000 miles wide. That's 11 Earths across, and 318 times heavier than Earth. You could also drop 1,300 Earths into it and still have room to spare. But don't let its size fool you. It's mostly made of hydrogen and helium, like a star that never ignited. In fact, some call it a failed star. But that's not an insult. That's a warning. But Jupiter is no gentle giant. Its atmosphere is a layered nightmare of violence and color. From a distance, it looks calm. Smooth belts of white, orange, red. But get closer, and those bands become jet streams moving at 400 miles per hour. Clouds of ammonia. Lightning that could swallow cities. Storms so big they make Earth look like a toy. And at the heart of it all, the Great Red Spot. A storm the size of 2 Earths, spinning for over 350 years. No one knows how long it will last. No one knows how it began. But it's still there, like a giant, angry eye staring into the void. And that's not the only storm. Newer storms, white ovals, brown barges, chaotic belts, erupt, disappear, and return in patterns we still don't fully understand. And then there's what we can't see. Beneath those clouds is a world without a surface. As you descend, the pressure rises, higher than anything we experience on Earth. Hydrogen gas turns into liquid, and deeper still, maybe something stranger. Metallic hydrogen. That's right. Hydrogen so compressed it becomes a metal. It might be what powers Jupiter's immense magnetic field, the largest of any planet. This invisible force traps radiation, creates deadly belts, and fuels glowing auroras at the poles. Not gentle lights like Earth's, but raging spirals of energy, bright enough to be seen across space. Today, we know Jupiter has at least 95 moons. Some are frozen and forgotten. Others, like Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto, are full of drama. Io, the tortured, the most volcanic body in the solar system, pulled and squeezed by Jupiter's gravity until it erupts constantly. A moon that bleeds lava. Europa, the hidden. Beneath its icy crust lies a vast ocean, possibly twice the volume of Earth's. An ocean kept warm by tidal forces, dark and deep. Maybe home to life we've never imagined. Ganymede, larger than Mercury, with its own magnetic field. Callisto, ancient and cratered, possibly holding a subsurface ocean too. Jupiter isn't just a planet, it's a system within a system. A kind of planetary empire. Jupiter spins incredibly fast. A day lasts just under 10 Earth hours. Its rapid rotation causes extreme weather and flattens it into an oblate shape. The temperature in the upper clouds is around -234 degrees Fahrenheit, -145 degrees Celsius, but deeper inside, pressure and temperature soar beyond comprehension. And its radiation belts? They're so intense, any spacecraft that gets close better be hardened like a tank. Jupiter has the largest magnetic field of any planet, 20,000 times stronger than Earth's. These invisible forces light up the poles with auroras so powerful, they'd make Earth's northern lights look like candlelight. They're driven not by sunlight, but by Jupiter's own rotation and volcanic material from Io. It's a magnetic monster. In 1973, NASA sent Pioneer 10 to fly past Jupiter, then Voyager 1 and 2. Then Galileo, the first spacecraft to enter Jupiter's orbit. It dropped a probe into the clouds, and the probe was crushed before it reached even 1% of Jupiter's depth. Juno came next, launched in 2011, still orbiting now. It flies close, collecting data, dodging radiation belts, revealing secrets layer by layer. And still, the mystery only deepens. Jupiter gives off more heat than it receives from the sun. It's still glowing from its birth, radiating energy like a cooling ember. But why so much heat remains is not fully known. Its magnetosphere, the space dominated by its magnetic field, is so enormous it could engulf the sun. Its radio signals scream across space. Some scientists once thought they might be alien transmissions. They weren't. But for a moment, we weren't sure. And what use is Jupiter to us? It's already saved us. Countless times. Its gravity deflects comets, pulls in asteroids, and keeps the inner solar system relatively calm. It might be the reason Earth hasn't been hit by something catastrophic in millions of years. But more than that, Jupiter teaches us how planets form, how systems evolve, what happens when matter spins, collapses, and grows. Studying Jupiter isn't just curiosity. It's time travel, a look into the earliest days of our solar system. And maybe, if we find life on one of its moons, it's a look into our own future. So the next time you see that bright object in the night sky, don't think of it as a distant gas ball. Think of it as a storm that never ends, a giant that watches over us, a system within a system, the reason we exist, and the question mark we still can't solve. That's Jupiter, the king, the shield, the storm. Saturn and Jupiter aren't just planets. They're cosmic forces still setting the rules in our corner of the universe. What caught your attention the most? Saturn's giant hexagon? Or Jupiter's melting core? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what fascinated you. And what's next? Even more wonders. Up ahead, Uranus, Neptune, and worlds you might not even know exist. Come along, it's going to be amazing.